Hey guys, welcome. And I know it's a bit late, it is on the Saturday, I do apologise, but I'm going to quickly show you our Game Week 7 squad. Obviously, as you can see, we've already got some points. That is because of the Bournemouth-Fulham game yesterday. And basically, I was meant to release this video, however, work life got in the way and I ended up staying a bit longer at work, which meant I didn't have time to upload or record, because obviously my plan was meant to be finish work and get time, but I didn't, so I do apologise. We're still going to send it out despite being on the Saturday. So we got 18 points. We'll show what happened, but the most transfers in and out: Semenyo, Haaland, Sessi, Alderete and Mark Gahey, with outs of Salah, Becker, Etatike, Livramento and Grealish. Most transfers in is Haaland and most captain is Haaland. So we go to the points and we're on 18, and that is because of Semenyo. 2 for playing, 2 goals he scored, assist and bonus points. He cooked yesterday. And that is why he's in the team. The rest of the team looks like this. We're doing a double Spurs defence again. Potentially this could be the last week of a double Spurs defence. It's a good game for them against Leeds. If they can't keep a clean sheet, then I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet for the upcoming fixtures. So this is probably my last chance with Van der Ven and Spence. I'm probably going to keep Van der Ven, but I'm probably going to try and move on Spence to someone else. Cash, I think that's a good option in defence of Aston Villa. We are playing Dubravka, so hopefully it could be a 0-0 draw. Unlikely, but I don't know. It's not in realms of impossible. Reinders, Salah vice captain, Semenyo and Ndiaye, and then you've got Wood, Pedro and Haaland up top. Now we are probably going to make changes for next week, that is certain, especially to get rid of Chris Wood. I think it's not guaranteed that he's going to play 90 minutes now under Ange Postecoglou. The new system isn't going to really work for him, so we are going to try and get rid of him and use that money to really free up the defence and go elsewhere. But on the bench, we got Sanchez. It's a smart move. I didn't want to have a triple Chelsea team and then Salah as well. That's 4 players in your team on just one game. I didn't really want to do that, so I have benched Sanchez and I benched Caicedo. Now I do know Caicedo does get defensive points and but I look at Reinders against Brentford, could get assist, could get a goal easily, and Ndiaye, penalty taker, attacking threats against Palace, who are unbeaten, of course, which is going to be a hard game, but it's not out of the realms of a possibility that he could get a goal or something. So I do think the potential for Reinders and Ndiaye to get a little bit more points than Caicedo is worth just putting him on the bench for this week. And then Mark Gahey, again, good fixture against Everton. But I think the 3 at the back have a little bit of easier fixtures in less Leeds and Burnley to warrant Gahey going on the bench. Maybe it'll backfire, I don't know. But we're going to show last week. We got 72 points last week with Sanchez in goal. Again, we went with the same back 3. It didn't pay off. Aston Villa against Fulham, 3-1. And then, obviously, that 1-1 draw against Wolves didn't help us. And then, really, apart from Erling Haaland on the triple captain, 5-1. Yeah, we had Guy on the bench and Ndiaye. So yeah, not it was a decent week because average was 46. But yeah, could have been better, to be honest. So as for leagues and stuff, it is green arrows at the minute. We remain third in the Broomwood Mini League, with Tyler just ahead and Matt obviously ahead now, with obviously he had Senesi and Semenyo vice. So it was a smart thing from him. His bench is very weak, but his starting squad's very good. So yeah, we've dropped down to third. Well, we stayed third. Sorry, not dropped down. Go on, Luke. The man that was bottom all last season is doing well. Yeah, so we're staying third for now. Obviously, depending on, I'm hoping to at least close the gap. Because I'm looking at these. Oh, Arsenal is quite good. It's not bad, Tyler. And then for the actual my league itself, the top four remain the same. And again, that's all because of Semenyo, I guess. But yeah, I think again we're closing the gap. Just 12 points on Zach. Though he does have Arsenal, which is obviously, if you get a clean sheet, that's decent. His bench is good, but again, it's the right thing to do, to bench all. You don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't want 5 players all in one game. Do you know, because there's no win-win. But yeah, so that remains the same. Again, just 12 points. We closed the gap really well, so hopefully we don't lose it this week. Coming into next week though, like I said, we have 4 free transfers, 0.1 million in the budget. So I'm looking to get rid of Chris Wood. He's gone down in value, which is not great. We're looking to get rid of Spence. And Sanchez as well. And there's obviously one. I could get rid of Spence. Cash, sorry. That's probably where we're looking at. Is 21 million to spend. So I'm looking at potentially Senesi. Replacement Raya. Spence was not meant to go back in. Replacement. I did want to go Timber, but then that does mean we do have only 5 million to spend. And at the 5 million mark on strikers is pretty bad, because none of them. Foster, I guess. If you go Foster, you could do that maybe. Foster will never play. And then, is the rest of the team good enough? It's not bad. you know. But we're going to play around. Like I said, we're going to try and transfer some players out. Because you play Raya and you play Arsenal every single week. We're going to be playing two up top. So yeah, I think that's something. It's not a bad team to build. We'll play around with it because I do think we could probably, if we don't go Timber, you know, there are good players in here, like Calafiori, 1 point behind, values just a bit less. You can go Lacroix or Mitchell's or Palace. So yeah, there's things to play around with the squad. But for now, guys, I do apologise for being late. I hope you still watch it, even though it's on the Saturday. And let me know in the comments down below how you're doing. And I'll see you next week for the review. Hopefully. Goodbye.